Hi students, today we are going to look at the spelling section of NAPLAN, which is Hear and Spell. This is a new addition to the NAPLAN tested, and if you look at the directions, you will come to know what is it about. Click on the play button to hear the word and then type the correct spelling of the word in the box. So what you will do is you will hear a sentence and you will have to fill the missing word which will be indicated by the blank. Let's look at some examples. The first one is Audrey was dash to her brother for his incessant support. Audrey was indebted to her brother for his incessant support. So you have to fill in the blank by writing the correct spelling of the word indebted. The next sentence is the dash seat was Noah's favorite spot. So when you listen to it, you won't hear the dash, you will hear the word. The aisle seat was Noah's favorite spot. So you'll have to spell the word aisle. John claimed that he had a magical gnome. You got to spell the word gnome. Next question. Mila always ended dirtying her knuckles. You have to spell the word knuckles. Father told everyone that he needed a plumber. So, what you're supposed to do is fill in the blank, and in the box, you have to write the correct spellings. Let's look at the answers. The answers are indebted, where the B is silent. In the next word, aisle, the S is silent. In the word gnome, the we're not saying gnome, which you would probably read it like, but here the G is silent, so we say gnome. Next word is knuckles. So the K is silent. We have a number of words like knuckle with starting with K, like night, and KNIGHT, where the K is silent. The next word is plumber. Here the B is silent. So in the English language, we have a number of words where the B is silent. We'll do those separately, but you have to know the pronunciation for this section to write your correct spellings. Let's look at some other words. So these are the tricky ones because they're tricky because they are pronounced in two ways. Like if you read the word, you might think that it is minute, or the first thing that comes to your mind is minute. But it is also pronounced as minute. So minute indicates time, minute indicates size. It was a minute problem. That means very small, not a major at all. The next word is WOUND. So WOUND can be pronounced as wound or wound. So he got a grievous wound because of the accident. That means an injury. The road wound down the mountains. That means it went around and around, like the wind, the past tense of wind. Wound. Have you wound the watch? In the olden times, we used to wind watches. Now we have the digital watches. In the analog watches, you had to wind them. That means you had to turn there used to be a small, we still have it on watches, but earlier it used to be turned, but now it's automatic. Next word is wind and wind. So, wind is the natural phenomenon when you hear that the wind is blowing, and again, wind. Can you wind it down? If I say, can you please wind down the glass panes? That means roll them down. The next word is bass. It's also pronounced as bass. Depending on the usage, the pronunciation changes. So, this is a classic example of a homonym where I'm sure you heard of homophones. So, homonyms are those words where they're spelt alike but they're pronounced slightly differently and are completely different in meaning. So, if I call it bass, then I'm talking about a fish. But if I pronounce it as bass, then I'm talking about music. Number 5 is dove. So, dove is a white bird, it is a symbol of peace, and it is also the past tense for dive. He dove under the cover of the house. He dove down, that means he dived into something. Next, let's look at some more words. We've already done the silent K, knuckle. Then we have rustle. So instead of, if you look at the word, you might be tempted to pronounce it as rustle, but the T is silent. Rustle. The next one is bustle. Again, the T is it's silent. I'm sure you heard of the hustle and bustle. That means a lot of activity. Number 5 is fasten. It's not fasten. Number 6 is a yacht, which I'm sure you know the meaning of a huge boat. It could be small also, but yeah, something to do with the sea. Next is gnarl. The G is silent. Gnarl. It was a gnarled tree. That means something which is twisted. Next word, sleuth. The sleuth is another word for detective. Debris. That means all the loose stones and all. So the debris, the earthquake left a lot of debris. Almond, something which you might be very fond of, some dry fruits. The L is silent. So don't get fooled by the L and don't call it almond, it is almond. There are lots of words in English language which are pronounced differently from the way they are written. The list is endless and the only way to know it is to learn these words. Some more are epitome. It's not epitome, which is like it's commonly pronounced. Epitome, debut, debt, which we did, aisle. Then this is a homophone, aisle and aisle. So this first one is the position of a seat, and the second aisle is an island. It's a synonym for an island. The last word here is berry. It's not bury the way it's normally pronounced. It is berry. So like the fruit, Berry, same way. It's berry. We bury things. Okay? So more in the next class. But remember that this is a very important part. You'll have around 10 questions based on the listening part. Listen and spell. Thank you.